Hey guys, TaissaShikishima here. The Mass Effect trilogy, now consolidated in the Legendary Edition, has so much to experience and discover that it's impossible to see everything the games have to offer in 1, 2, or even 3 full playthroughs. I've lost track of how many times I've finished the games, and each time I discover a rare scene that not many people have experienced. So in this video, I'll go through the top scenes you never saw in Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Now, obviously there'll be spoilers here, but I assume everyone that hasn't played the series already either has a terrible taste or has lost function of their arms, so let's just begin.
Whether or not you agree with Miranda, Oriana has been with her family for years now. Her father...
Okay, so many people don't realize this, as the game heavily encourages you to head to Omega first and get Mordin Solus, but in Mass Effect 2, you can take a detour and get Jack and Grunt first. Doing this will net some unique dialogue. My personal favorite is when you bring Grunt to the Archangel recruitment.
You're in the wrong place, freelancer.
You the Blood Pack leader?
Name's Garm. That's all you need to know. Why are you following this human, young one?
Why not? He's the strongest warrior I've seen.
You should be learning from your own kind.
He's a valuable part of my crew. What else does he need to know?
How to live and die without fear. How to put that fear in the hearts of your enemies.
Shepard does that and more.
If you say so. I'm stuck here waiting till you freelancers are done playing war. Ask your questions and go.
Say what you want about Grunt, he has Shepard's back. Shepard doesn't necessarily have his though, as you can bring both him and Garrus to Mordin's recruitment mission in the Plague Zone. Yes, the plague that kills every other race except humans and Vorcha.
A quarantine zone for a plague that kills Turians. Why don't we ever go anywhere nice?
This mission is important. I need you to come along, even if it's dangerous.
It's your call, Shepard. If you need me, I'm not going to let a cough keep me back.
A plague zone? Great.
This mission is important. I need you to come along, even if it's dangerous.
I don't get sick.
Is it hot in here, or is it just... Oh, that's not good.
I do not get sick.
Let's find Mordin. Hopefully he's found a treatment.
If you do bring them, you'll get treated to this funny piece of dialogue.
Over the years, I've grown used to the smell of burning bodies. That's probably a bad sign.
Anyone else hungry? No?
You might want to keep comments like that to yourself, Grunt. Grogans are unpopular enough already.
This kind of makes me wish Garrus and Grunt had more dialogue together. It could be an interesting Turian and Krogan, kind of dwarf and elf style developing friendship similar to Gimli and Legolas. Don't worry about the plague though, Mordin fixes them up with a simple wave of his hand.
Professor Mordin Solus?
Turian physiology, resilient with simple immunobooster. Should be fine now. Krogan cure, supplemented with neural blocker to avoid blood rage reaction. Excellent. We'll be fine, we'll be fine.
To many people's dismay, Samara, the badass Justica Asari, can't be romanced in Mass Effect 2, no matter how hard you try. There are many educated theories onto why exactly beyond her code, but after creating so many Arctic Yakshi, who can blame her? Quick note for those who haven't experienced recruiting her daughter in Mass Effect 2, you can romance her if you do. As an Arctic Yakshi, which are basically space succubi or sex vampires, Morinth wants to romance you, she wants to kill you. She insists her victims die of orgasmic pleasure, and you're strong enough to survive. If you do give in though, this is what happens.
How do you handle such a solitary life?
I get lonely at times. I never really feel the love of another, at least not for long. I don't suppose there's anything I can do about that. But I want you to know something. My lovers spent their last moments experiencing pleasure you can't imagine. Like Neff. She died because her nervous system overloaded with an ecstasy so great she couldn't handle it.
Why tell me this?
I want to give you that, Shepard. I want you to feel every nerve in your body pulsing with pleasure.
My mission is too important to risk that, Morinth.
But you're different. I sensed it when we first met. You have the Prothean cipher in your head. You died and came back. There's no one like you. You and I can share something so intense, so deep, it will change your life.
Morinth, I can't deny how much I want you.
Do you really mean it? You'll be with me?
I will.
Come here, Shepard. Embrace eternity.
Yep, game over. I guess Shep couldn't survive the suck. In fact, if you do avoid sleeping with her and simply have her on your team, in Mass Effect 3 you won't hear much from her until you encounter her as a Banshee. Rejected by Shepard and turned into a monster. Ugh, probably should have just let her mother kill her. I digress. Morinth is off the cards. How do we hook up with Samara? Well, in Mass Effect 3, if you keep flirting during the Citadel DLC crew hangouts before the party, she can eventually be, after years of trying, cuddled.
In another time, another life. Well, times are different. Everything has changed.
This is unexpected. I don't know that my answer can be different, Shepard. But you are correct. My way of life is dying.
We've already lost so much. Let's embrace the way we feel right now.
Your point is well made. Still, I must honor my code and make no promises.
Samara.
Just hold me now. Let us live in this moment.
Oh, not sure if sex was implied here, but at least the old girl was finally worn down? Feels kinda awkward actually now that I think about it. Speaking of awkward, another romance you just couldn't foster was one with the second best pull-up champion in the galaxy, James Vega. I'll admit I never really tried romancing males in the trilogy, but a lot of people were disappointed when they couldn't leap into the sack with a character who looks like they were sculpted and voice acted simply to give the ladies the downstairs tingles. He consistently rejects your flirting attempts because you're a superior officer and he has a huge amount of respect for you. My assumption is his character would have less respect for someone he sleeps with, which is a bit of a shitty personality trait, but hey, we all have them. Though perhaps I'm misreading the situation too, because honestly, if you've seen my crewmate tier list, you know I'm not particularly fond of him. If you're not up to romancing anyone in Mass Effect 3 during the Citadel party, flirt a bit with James. Guess what? You wake up next to him and have this incredibly awkward scene.
Wow. That was...
Fun. Crazy. Wild.
Definitely. I think.
You okay, James?
Yeah, Lola. Maybe let's not mention this again.
Really? Tell you what, I won't bring it up as long as you get your ass out of bed and make me some eggs.
Deal.
He really didn't want to sleep with you, but you persist, I guess, which is a way of BioWare representing how they feel about the fan base persisting with this particular romance. Getting someone drunk and taking advantage is okay if you're their superior, right? Right? Well, you can't take it back now. Fun fact, this can also happen with Javik.
It turns out there is one thing primitives are good at.
Now, who doesn't love Jack? You're friendly, emotionally, and physically scarred biotic goddess. Well, if you don't choose to engage in the mission to rescue her and her students in Mass Effect 3, then you'll be attacked by a phantom with this name during the attack on Cerberus's base.
En route. They damn well better be. I'm really broke the sweat. Damn it, we've got jumpers.
Is that all you got? I believe that was Jack.
It wasn't her. Not anymore.
That's one more thing that Cerberus will answer for.
This is the outcome I got the first time I played the game through because I didn't realize it was a timed mission. Also, don't listen to the audio logs in the Cerberus base if you do this, please. Jack's screams still echo through my memories. So you've been warned. Skip ahead to the next point if you don't want to hear it. Alright, here it goes.
You really should have run when we took Grissom Academy, Subject Zero.
My name is Jack!
We're learning a great deal from those students you were training. Some of them may even survive.
I'm gonna tear you apart!
That's funny. I was just thinking the same thing.
Alright, moving along. Let's see Jack at her best. Not sure many of you would have tagged her to come along during Miranda's loyalty mission because their relationship is contentious at best, highlighted by this little treat.
But kidnapping a kid?
I'm not stealing her. I'm rescuing her. Come on, Niket, let's finish this bitch off and get out of here.
Take your best shot.
I was just waiting for you to finish getting dressed. Or does Cerberus really let you whore around in that outfit?
I like her. Are we still recruiting?
Ouch. Miranda may have been built to be perfect, but she sure as hell didn't ever come back to that. Shame we weren't recruiting Wit for the suicide mission. She would have burnt it all down. So, Khaleesa Bin-Sin El Gelato shows herself at the beginning of the trilogy, and if you don't particularly like journalists and their disingenuous assertions, you can punch her right in the gob. You can do this again in Mass Effect 2. However, in Mass Effect 3, once you hit that Renegade Interrupt action, Khaleesa Bin-Sin El Ghor is ready for you. If you punched her twice prior, she will dodge and throw up her hands like she's taken a 2-weekend self-defense class. You need to hit the interrupt action again to punch a civilian on camera unprovoked. However, if you don't hit it again, she will... Excuse me, this is hard. She will floor you. The savior of the galaxy taken down by a journalist. Khaleesa Bin-Sin kicking your ass.
How do you justify running away while millions of people on Earth die? Is that the best we can...
I've had enough of your tabloid journalism.
Not this time, you military thug! On second thought, never mind. I don't have any more questions for you.
Let's move on from that nice and fast, okay? An ongoing joke is Garrus spending a lot of time in Mass Effect 2 calibrating the guns. Well, this is a scene I didn't see the first time around. The king of calibrations, talking to Legion and AI about calibrations and, well, you just have to hear it for yourself.
This platform can be of some assistance, Garrus Vakarian.
I appreciate the offer, Legion, but this is something I know a thing or two about.
Telemetry data indicates the calibration of Normandy's weapon accuracy can be improved by 0.32%.
That's all? You can't squeeze 0.34% out of it?
Negative. That threshold is not possible.
You sure? Take a look now.
Scanning. Normandy's weapon systems have been improved by a margin of 0.43%. How did you accomplish this?
A little secret we organics like to keep. Always hold some back for emergencies.
Is our current situation an emergency?
A Geth meddling with our computers, telling me how to do my job? No, I can't imagine that would qualify.
I'm so proud of you, Garrus. Now, this is not really a scene, but an idea. If you pay attention to the dialogue and go out of your way to listen and read everything in Mass Effect, it has funny ways of rewarding you. One of these situations start with an STG Captain Kirahi in Mass Effect 1. If you remember, he had a speech about holding the line before assaulting the Krogan cloning facility. Cut to Mass Effect 2 when you recruit everyone's favourite Solarian scientist and ask if he has a minute to talk. He mentions being part of the STG and having served under the same captain. If you mention that you fought with him, Mordin will say the following.
I worked with an STG captain named Kirahi. His team helped me destroy Saren's cloning facility on Vermeer.
Heard he was part of that. Jury-rigged explosive. Always got job done with limited resources. Good captain. Bit of a cloaca, though. Loved his speeches. Hold the line. Personally prefer to get job done and go home. Probably military bravado, jargon, chest pounding. No offense.
So it's clear he doesn't have much respect for holding the line, he's not a soldier. Fast forward to the end of Mass Effect 2 and the best finale of any game I've ever played. Oh yes, you've probably pieced together what I'm about to say. Mordin absolutely sucks at holding the line. You make choices in terms of where to send your crewmate to do particular tasks, and the better your choice, the higher chance your crew won't suffer a loss based on behind-the-scene contribution points. Paying attention to each crewmate's strengths will help you here. So if you ask Mordin to lead the team that holds the points before you get the door open, or have him in a team that holds the line when you take the human Reaper out, he has the lowest or the equal lowest contribution points. Here's what happens if you have him lead the second team, even if you have a fully upgraded ship and the loyalty of all your crewmates.
I copy. What's your position?
Pinned at door. Heavy enemy fire.
We're coming. Just hold on. Get this door open. Come on. Seal the door.
Too many. Lost shields. Sorry, Shepard. Tell them. I held the line.
We're almost there, Shepard. We have to keep going no matter who we've lost.
That was as painful to rewatch as it was to let happen. Yeah, he gets shot, but at least he held the line. These little nods to those who took the time to get to know their crew is present everywhere in the trilogy, but this one had a tangible effect. Mordin is one of my favourite characters in the series with a satisfying redemption arc. Something I loved about him was his candor. For example, he loves giving sexual advice to the crew and even Shepard. In this scene, activated when you have the interest of Miranda, we see exactly what kind of person Mordin is.
Shepard, how can I help?
You got a minute to talk?
Actually, wanted to talk. Medical matters. Aware that mission is dangerous. Different species react differently to stress. Sexual activity common for humans in such times, understand it intellectually, recommend caution when dealing with Cerberus.
You have a recommendation as a doctor?
Watch for bugs. Could be planted anywhere. Can perform exam later if necessary. Will need probes. Biotic ability also gives benefits. Forwarding booklet to your quarters. Includes diagrams, exercises, inventive uses of mass effect fields. Can supply oils or ointments to reduce discomfort. Gave ED electronic relationship aid demonstration vids to use as necessary.
Wait a minute, Mordin. You're just yanking me around, aren't you?
Shocking suggestion. Doctor-patient confidentiality, a sacred trust. Would never dream of mockery. Enjoy yourself while possible, Shepard. We'll be here studying cell reproduction. Much simpler, less alcohol and mood music required.
Now, I mentioned that Mordin gives advice to the crew as well, and we all know Shepard's crew has a healthy disposition to sex, but how exactly would that work with Joker? I mean, his bones can break simply from standing up. If the stars align by making sure you encourage the ED romance and help the Krogans, you can get this fun little bit of dialogue.
Certainly possible. Would require strengthening exercises. Get muscles to support weaker bone structure.
Right. Yeah, I can do that.
Alloy of Edie's body not flexible like organic tissue could cause unintentional damage. Recommend pillows, cushions, possibly gel packs.
Okay, that's a little weirder, but yeah, alright, cushions.
Positioning critical to success. Can forward Edie charts, videos with relevant data.
No, Edie's pretty busy with, stuff. Let's send that to me. You're not gonna tell anyone about this, right? Like Shepard? Shepard doesn't really need to know.
Guarantee Shepard won't learn about it from me.
She's standing right there, isn't she?
I wish I wasn't.
So those are my top rare scenes. What did you think? Did you get any of these on your first playthrough? If I missed something cool, let me know in the comments below. I love talking anything Mass Effect. Like always, if you like the video, be sure to do that as well. It helps me out a lot, and drop me a follow if you appreciate this kind of content. I'll be back soon with more RPG, so be sure to stay tuned. Ciao, friends.
Analysis. Defenseless herbivores are no match for guided missiles.